Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine.
Okay. How does it feel to have lost a wife and a son, to SS, or something like that? How did you weather that storm?
I'm going to see whether this will be the first interview I will do where we address that issue and I don't shed a tear. I don't break down. Because every time I've had to face it, I've broken down. But I'm going to try not to break down. There is nothing, how do I describe it? There is nothing more, there's nothing makes you more vulnerable and helpless than when the people that you're supposed to take care of die on your watch. It's very debilitating to a man's psyche. You begin to feel inadequate, and you begin to, you think that. But for me, at no time did it make me question God. If anything, it made me question myself and say to say that I thought that I failed God, but it has taken time for me now to know that I didn't fail God. God did not fail me. It was, how do I say these are things that these things happen, and it happened. Someone will tell you that everything happened for good. I'm sure if there's a good somewhere, I haven't found the good, but I'm just going to continue to tell myself that there's a good reason why these things happened. My wife, the mother of my son, Rosamond, aka Mama Raymond, beautiful woman, strong woman. You know what I mean? I thought she had beat sickle cell. I was very convinced that we had beat it because we had a couple of crises and we prevailed over those crises. So, and I was pretty sure that, there's a misconception that when you get to a particular age and it hasn't killed you, it can't kill you. So I was convinced that we had beat it, but it turned out that we didn't beat it. I was convinced that my son would beat it. It turned out that we didn't beat it. But as I said, I am still waiting for, because there's supposed to be, they say all things work together for good. I am convinced that there's some good, though. I have not seen it yet, but I will continue to hope that before I die, I will see the good in it.
Oh, okay. Now, were you aware that your wife had sickle cell before you married her?
Of course I was aware. Of course I was aware.
Okay, but you just chose to go with it for love and everything.
When I met this woman, the first day, the day I met her and I shook hands with her, I'd never met her before that day. I shook hands with her. I was a Christian. The Holy Ghost will say, you just shook hands with your wife. So for me, and as a Christian, that's all. I don't need any other person to tell me. And that's your wife. When she told me early in our relationship that she was SS, it didn't even mean anything to me because I was actually ignorant of the consequences of being SS. That's a big deal. Even when it was now made known to me, I just said, I'm sorry, that ship has already sailed. The day I shook hands with this woman, she was a greeter in the church, Christ Chapel Church. And she was one of the people who stands at the gate, and greets people as they come. So as I shook her hand, and the Holy Ghost said, that's your wife, it was already, you understand, it didn't matter whether she was, even if she had polio, or whatever, it didn't matter. So even when I found out that this is too bad, that's just too bad. But that is the benefit of innocence. You understand?
Okay.
Sometimes that's the audacity of innocence. It didn't matter to me. And we got married. That was why we could pass through the crisis, the health crisis, one, two, three. It was not even an issue. It was just a function of, we're going to overcome this. It turned out that we eventually didn't, but too bad. And I don't support this notion of discrimination, because it is discrimination. If I'm not allowed to discriminate against someone based on the person's sexual orientation, why should I discriminate against somebody based on the person's genotype?
Interesting.
This woman gave me 3 sons, one of whom died, but the 2 that didn't die, now who are alive, are a joy. They are fantastic gentlemen. So if me and this woman didn't get together, the world would never have had a chance to have my 2 boys, who are fantastic gentlemen, Terence and Adrian. And I mean, for me, Rosamond has given me 2 fantastic blessings that I would never have had if we didn't get married, irrespective of her genotype.
Interesting. Now, some people say that love has not been fair to you. That you lost your first wife to SS, then you parted ways with your second wife. Do you agree with them?
Not second wife. There's a third. Rosamond was not my first wife.
Okay.
You see, I told you my street credibility is intact. My 40-year-old man.
Okay.
Who, by the way, his mother died a few years ago.
Wow.
But so that's not a. So that's not. Love has been very fair to me. As I speak to you, there's a fantastic person taking fantastic care of me. I've never been happier in my life. Love has been very fair to me. I have been very, very fortunate in my life to have had the respect and love of some wonderful women. Off the top of my head, I can count 4, 5 wonderful women who have been great to me. My mother, fantastic. My 2 sisters, who have all passed away, but my 2 sisters, Victoria and Deji, fantastic women. There was my first son's mother, Jai Jeje, fantastic woman. She was. I enjoyed her. I enjoyed the benefit of her love and her goodwill. Then there's Rosamond, wonderful woman. I've been very blessed when it comes to the love of women. And as I speak to you now, I'm probably the best taken care of man in Nigeria as we speak.
Okay. Why have you not chosen, to talk about why you parted ways with Ireti, or you just chose to keep it personal, or you make it a personal issue or something, because a lot of stories were coming out then, but neither of you agree to say anything. Would you like to use this opportunity to say something about it and everything? We haven't beginning to hear rumors that maybe both of you are back together again and stuff. Would you like to say anything on that, so that maybe we'll round off on that note? Finally, away from work, what are the things you do that keep you happy, that keep you engaged and stuff?
The truth is, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go to nightclub. I don't have so being at home I love being at home, especially being at home with a special person. And that is, for the past couple of years, I have been enjoying the company of this very special person. So I'm enjoying my life.
You don't want to tell us this special person's name?
It's not anybody's business. It's my own life. It's my sweet. It's my life. It's not anybody's business.
All right.
You know to say afresh?
I say, I say you fresh. I see you fresh. I see you fresh. Well, I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so, so much.